In this Alpaka Go Sling review, I'm gonna show you everything you need to know about this sling to decide if it's the sling for you. We've got YKK PU-coated zippers, a very spacious main compartment. I'm talking ample padding, magnetic hardware, very smooth, very premium. This is a great choice. One negative about this material though. Okay, let's start by talking about the gist of the Alpaka Go Sling. This is the part of the review where we try and capture the essence, the soul of this sling to see if it's your soul sling. Because in essence, this is a great sort of city sling, but it's kind of a bigger sling. And it should be noted that Alpaka has two smaller versions of the Go Sling, the Mini and the Nano, which we're also reviewing and doing a comparison video. And all that information should be in the description somewhere, or maybe right here if we remember to link it, but if not, you can just search it. Nomads Nation, Alpaka Go Sling, whatever review, you'll find it. But this version of the sling has the most capacity, which means if you carry more gear, it could be the best fit for your needs. Some top features. We've got YKK PU-coated zippers that lead you to the front and to the main compartment. A very spacious main compartment that we'll talk a bit more in detail about in the next section. A tablet sleeve that can fit up to an iPad Pro 11-inch. A hidden back pocket. And a shoulder strap that's got a lot going on. I'm talking ample padding, magnetic hardware, and more hardware that actually allows you to detach the shoulder strap in its entirety. The capacity is 5.5 liters. It comes in two color options, black and green. It weighs 1.35 pounds. It's covered with Alpaka's lifetime warranty against any manufacturing defects. And for all that, it runs around 89 USD. And if at any point in time you're watching this review and you're thinking to yourself, holy moly, the Go Sling, let's go. And you want to make a purchase or learn more information, we ask that you do so using the first link in the description below. That link makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes, especially for Alpaka. But that link also helps to support the Nomads Nation team so we can keep making the best gear reviews on the web. Thank you very much. Okay, let's talk about the outside of the Alpaka Go Sling. First up, branding. You're like, where's the Alpaka logo? One of the best parts about Alpaka is their anonymous branding. You just get this little Hypalon tab right there. So if you're looking for a sling that has super anonymous and subtle branding, this is a great choice. Next up, quickly, let's talk about this material. Now, it doesn't matter if you get the black or the green. Both are made from Alpaka's custom AxoFlux recycled fabric, and it's a 600D polyester. Polyester is a very common material in bags. It's very light, very breathable, and it's also fairly weather resistant as well. Not quite as weather resistant as like nylon or Xpack, but it gets the job done. One negative about this material though is it is a bit of a hair magnet. Not as bad as some other bags, like not like the original Black Ember bags, but it might pick up a few hitchhikers, something to keep in mind. Moving on to the bottom, we have this D-ring right here, which is ideal for attaching things externally, like a carabiner, water bottle, you name it. And then on the top, we have a handle. This handle is, it's pretty tight. And there's not a ton of padding, there's just this basic nylon webbing. It's definitely a bit of a challenge to get your fingers under, but with it being more flush, it helps to give the bag a bit more of a sexified silhouette. Now let's talk about this shoulder strap. So I got some thoughts. Because we got a lot of cool stuff going on here, but also maybe some over-engineering. The shoulder strap is connected to the sling on both sides with these hardware pieces made from maglocks. I say the Z because there is a Z at the end. And here's the deal, maglocks have been featured on Alpaka's gear for years now. They don't really have a reputation like Fidlock or Woojin or Duraflex, but Alpaka's been using them for a long time, so they definitely work well. And I do like the ability to take the strap off the sling, right? That's kind of nice in case you just want to throw this in your bag, maybe use it like as a tech pouch for the day. But the hardware is bulky, man. And this bulkiness, like you're just gonna kind of notice it. Whether or not that additional bulk is necessary is up to you. But I will say they are very satisfying to use. And talking about bulky ass hardware, moving up to this part, we also have another, are you maglocks as well? Yes, you are. Yet again, chunky, bulky, magnetic. Now I will admit, I do like a magnetic sort of connection point on a sling around this location because when I want to take my sling off, lazy Aaron can just do that. And lazy Aaron loves that. And you can kind of like swing it over and just like, whoosh, and you feel cool. And when you're paying $90 for a sling, those little feel cool moments, they go a long way. And what's interesting is like on the different Go Sling versions, like the medium-sized one has a Fidlock and these are like satisfaction galore. So I don't know why the middle one got the Fidlock and the big and the small one got the maglocks. Let me know in the comments below. Do you have any preference? Do you prefer this kind of magnetic hardware? Do you prefer the iconic Fidlock? I want to hear your thoughts. But while I'm not crazy about this big bulky hardware, I will say the webbing is very nice. Very silky, very smooth, very premium. And if you're looking for a sling that has some shoulder strap padding, this is legit. I don't personally know if a sling this size needs shoulder strap padding, as it is adding extra weight and bulk. I got the 6-liter Bellroy Venture Sling here, 5.5 liters, 6 liters, no shoulder padding on this. This is one of my favorite slings of all time. I never felt like I needed shoulder padding on it, but the padding will come in handy if you're the kind of person who's gonna deck this sling out with a bunch of heavy tech gear. And last but not least, Alpaka gave us these web holders right here, AKA dangle stoppers, AKA Aaron loves these, AKA thank you, Alpaka. All right, next up, let's talk about the inside of the Alpaka Go Sling. 3 pockets. First, let's talk about the front pocket. Accessible with a YKK PU coated zipper. This is PU coating right here. And what that means is rain, you're not welcome. But what it also means is that it kind of provides a little bit of resistance when opening and closing this section. And then once you're in, you can see we've got 2 pockets, which are separated by this divider right here. And at the top of both pockets, sewn in, we have this magnetic key leash. There's no additional organization in these pockets. They're very basic. One thing I love is Alpaka's honeycomb RipStop nylon they use in the interior. This RipStop nylon is very premium, very durable, very rip resistant, and it just looks good. And if you're watching this and thinking to yourself, wow, this dude is really nerding out on backpacks and slings, he should make his own. Well, I got a surprise for you. I actually am. And not only am I making my own, but I'm actually documenting it step by step here on the Nomads Nation YouTube channel. So if you're interested in seeing a behind the scenes look at what it takes to build a world-class backpack from the ground up, be sure to check out the second link in the description below. That'll show you where we are currently with the building a backpack project and how you can get involved. It's getting pretty awesome, I'm not gonna lie. Back to the sling. Along with the materials, one thing I love about this section is how expansive it is. Sometimes pockets on slings, especially in the front, are very tight. You know, it's just like, that's it. Which makes it flush, and that's nice. But it does sort of compromise your ability to pack things in it when you really need to pack things in it. So for me, this front pocket is ideal for things that I want quicker access to. So let's fill it out. Let's go ahead and add the keys. On one side, I'm gonna throw some tissues and my AirPods. And on the other side, a small notebook. And there's no dedicated pen sleeve, so I'm gonna just go ahead and clip this on the side, right there. And you can see, very nicely packed. But like I said, this pocket does give you a bit of expansion to play with. Push it to your limits, pocket, and see what you can fit. Now I'm gonna throw a wallet, mouse, extra batteries, and some pistachios. Can they all fit? I think they will with plenty of room to spare, but the question will be, will it close? Moment of truth. It's actually really impressive. Overall, a very well-designed pocket. If you just wanna load it up with a bunch of crap, you can. But if you just wanna throw a few things in there, it still stays very flush. Next up, let's talk about the main compartment. Yet again, YKK PU coated zippers. We got 2 zippers though, that meet in the middle, which means you can go ahead and kind of open this thing like that, right? So yet again, one recurring element that I'm gonna bring up with this sling is the fact that it looks very sleek and streamlined, and this double zip kind of opening system really helps with that. On one side of the main compartment, we have 2 pockets made from lining, and on the top, we have 2 pockets that are made with elastic mesh and accessible with a zipper. And on the other side, we just have this divider that has a nice microfiber lining. Now, before I pack this out the way that I would pack it out, I want to yet again illustrate the impressive capacity of this sling. Because you're like, damn, that thing is thin as a pancake. I don't know who says that, but I just said it. But you can see right here, I got a 1-liter Yeti and a hoodie. And it's rare that slings can fit water bottles, yet alone a 1-liter Yeti, let alone being able to throw a sweater on top of that 1-liter Yeti, let alone being able to zip it all closed. So we're kind of seeing like the value of this sling. Is it big? Yes. Is it bulky? Yes. But it can really pack a lot. So let's say it's not travel with a sweater and 1-liter Yeti day. Let's try and utilize those pockets. All right, let's fill this side up. For me, this side is gonna be great for tech gear, headphones, mouse, batteries, and wires. Personally, I love putting my wires in zippered pockets. These zipper pockets are a bit tight, which makes them ideal for wires. 1 on each side. And then for the 2 pockets that are made with lining, you can go ahead and put things like your mouse and your battery in there. You can see everything's fit, everything's snug. The sling is kind of weird because like it feels tight and thin, but like when you really force it open, it's obedient, but you gotta force it. And then on the flip side, we've got this tech compartment. Big enough for an iPad Pro 11-inch. I don't have that with me, I have a Kindle reader though. And it's a great section for that because as you can see, this microfiber lining, very soft to the touch and will keep your iPad or reader or whatever you put in there from getting scratched. But then let's kind of play around with this main compartment and see what it can fit even though the pockets are being utilized. All right, small water bottle, tripod, umbrella, notebook, snacks, glasses. Can it fit? I'm gonna throw the notebook in the sleeve with the Kindle, water bottle, 16 ounce from Lark, snacks, shades in a protective case. Zip it on up. And yet again, I'm very impressed by what this sling can fit. Finally, the back pocket. This pocket it requires extra to get into it. It's just very sticky. There's no PU coating, but just like this extra lip that they put there for extra weather resistance and security, just kind of creates some friction. And then once you're inside, and you can see no additional organization here, just a back pocket. And because it's pressed against your body, for me, it's a perfect thing for a wallet or a passport. Let's talk about the overall pros and the cons of the Alpaka Go Sling. Pro number 1 is going to be its impressive capacity. Pro number 2 is the delicious honeycomb gray RipStop nylon interior. And pro number 3, for some of y'all, this padded shoulder strap will go a long way. But I got some cons, and I'm gonna tell you what they are. Here we go. Con number 1, all of this hardware on the shoulder strap, it's a bit much. Con number 2 is the top handle is kind of difficult to access. And con number 3 is the back zipper is definitely difficult to pull, especially in this position sometimes. Hopefully it'll loosen up over time. So if you're still here and you're taking the pros and the cons into consideration and you're thinking to yourself, I like this Alpaka Go Sling. I want to learn more information about it, or maybe make a purchase, then just a reminder that we do ask that you do so using the first link in the description, as it helps support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel. Plus we usually have discount codes, check it out. But you also might be here still, not just for my incredible sense of humor, but also because I promised some alternative sling recommendations, which I'm gonna do right now. Alternative recommendations 1A/1B are the Alpaka Go Slings, smaller versions, Mini and Nano. These are for you if you like the Go Sling, but it's just too big. These are smaller. To learn more about these slings, take a look at the description below and you'll find links to our full review and soon comparison video. Alternative recommendation number 2 is going to be the Evergoods Civic Access Sling 2-liter. This is for you if the Go is cool, but you want something that can be a sling and a fanny. The Go can just sling this and kind of do both. And to learn more about it, take a look at the description below and you'll find a link to our full review. And finally, alternative recommendation number 3 is going to be the Bellroy Venture Sling. This will be for you if you love the capacity and the slinginess and a lot of the feature sets and what's going on, but you thought that there was just too much bulk. You don't need the shoulder strap and the hardware. This guy is a more stripped down version. It's one of my favorite slings of the year. And to learn more about it, simply watch this video right here. Be sure to let me know if you have any comments, questions, thoughts, funny jokes in the description. I personally respond to every single comment myself. Thank you so much for watching. This is Nomads Nation. My name is Aaron, and we'll catch you next time.